Yo, what up, y'all? This is Rev. I make music as summer starved. I'm gonna do a little quick video about the lyrics for the upcoming record. Some concepts, some thoughts, big picture, small picture, kind of what was going on in old Duder's head when I came up with the words. I mean, when I write words, they just kind of come out. They don't really make a ton of sense to me at the time, but as I've like gone back and looked at it, I'm picking out these themes that are like, I'm like, oh yeah, duh, those obviously was what I was thinking or feeling when I wrote those words. So for the song Sanctuary, there's a few themes that I think kind of encapsulate the whole record, and they're found specifically in this song. I was thinking a lot about rugged individualism and going out and finding who you are and in self-discovery, and how that's a process that like kind of everyone has to go through, but it has unintended negative consequences, and positive consequences for that matter. But I was kind of like dealing and working through some of that. So the first lyric in Sanctuary is coming back from California to show me what you've seen. Can't say I didn't warn you. I'm only coming clean. And when I think about California, I'm not thinking about like my friends that live there or like the geographical state. More of like the concept that I think in the West we all kind of see California representing. There's this really great passage out of this book, Seize the Day by Saul Bellow. And the lead character, Wilhelm, has like gone out to Hollywood to try to strike it big, and then kind of comes back to New York with his tail between his legs. And one of the concepts he says, or this little passage in the book, is that California is as if someone had picked up the United States, tilted it left, and anyone who wasn't screwed down ended up rolling into Hollywood, or rolling into Southern California. And I just love that vision, that concept. And so to me, throughout the record, I think when I reference California, it is kind of that pursuit, like go west, gold rush, manifest destiny, pioneering, getting out on your own to discover who you are. And then kind of coming to grips with, once you've figured it out, what kind of impact it has on the people you love. So that's kind of like what I was thinking when I wrote that. So the chorus is, we all need a sanctuary when the load is too hard to carry. We all need a sanctuary tonight, and I know we're feeling weary. It's this idea of safety and needing it as humans. I was really inspired by kind of the ancient Hebrew tradition, where they, in the Old Testament, which is where I get a lot of my concepts and imagery when I'm writing, I'm thinking through the Old Testament scriptures, and just like, because just amazing stories. And part of that culture, there were basically 6 cities that people could go and take refuge in if they had unintentionally committed manslaughter. So they killed someone on accident, not with like murder in their heart. Something happened, and they were able to go and take refuge in these cities for until trial, basically. But if they stepped outside of the city, then the avenger of blood, the person's family whom they hurt, were able to seek revenge. So the concept struck me of like unintendedly harming someone, but then having this safe place, kind of safety from your own choices or safety from your mistakes. And I was like really taken aback by that. I was thinking a lot about that. And I think, some people need sanctuary from like an external force, someone who's coming out after them, chasing them, trying to find safety. But I find myself ultimately looking for safety from the choices that I've made, kind of from myself. So that was like a little bit of like the process that was going through my head at the time. And in the bridge, and I'll wrap up, It's like I'm preaching or something. In the bridge, I mention the Zodiac poem, trying to figure you out like a Zodiac poem. And I went through a true crime phase where I was, kind of researching and listening to podcasts about the Zodiac Killer, which was a person who killed people in the 60s in California. So I guess there's a connection there. And part of the devious part of the story was that in his madness, he would toy with people by sending these kind of scripted or these coded coded letters to different newspaper sources, and basically saying like, you need to post them, you need to publish them, and if they're not figured out by the public, then I will kill again. So it's really devious, like kind of just messing with people. And so he did. He sent all these different, these coded messages to these newspapers, and they published them. And kind of it was like a fury for the crowd to figure out how to stop this guy. And a few people, had like housewives and lawyers and construction workers and day laborers. They're all just trying to all working together to try to figure out this poem so that they could save, an innocent person from being killed. And I thought it was like an interesting part of the story that he would, be so devious about it, but then the community would come along to try to put a lot of energy into figuring out how to protect their neighbors. So I was thinking about that when trying to and use that as kind of like this image of trying to figure out yourself or someone else, basically with the fury of trying to figure out like a Zodiac poem, there's life depends on it, and just kind of trying to draw on that concept. So I don't know if any of that makes sense. It's just kind of what was going through my head, and it helps me to just put it back out to figure it out. So I hope you dig, man. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I may do this for some of the other tracks too. But yeah, you can hear the track, and I'll post it below in the in all of the, where to find it. I'll put some links. So much love, y'all. Keep making noise. Peace.